Welcome to your IELTS listening practice from Spinta.org. This is a mini test designed to help you practice a specific section of the exam and improve your confidence. The recording will be played one time only, just like in the official test. Let's begin.
Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to delve into an essential aspect of criminal justice known as restorative justice programs. This approach has gained considerable traction over recent years as a legitimate alternative to traditional punitive sentencing. We will examine how restorative justice programs operate, the core principles they embody, and their effectiveness in reducing recidivism. Let's explore this topic together. First, let us define what restorative justice really means. At its core, restorative justice is a practice focused on repairing the harm caused by criminal behavior. Unlike traditional justice systems that emphasize punishment, restorative justice is about healing and reconciliation. This concept revolves around bringing together those affected by crime, victims, offenders, and communities to seek a resolution that promotes understanding and awareness. Now, what distinguishes restorative justice from conventional methods? One significant aspect is its emphasis on accountability without the necessity of incarceration. In restorative justice programs, the offender takes responsibility for their actions and learns to recognize the impact of their behavior on victims and the community. This approach can sometimes happen through mediation sessions, where victims can express their feelings and offenders can provide explanations for their actions. Additionally, another crucial principle of restorative justice is inclusiveness. Restorative justice programs often involve various stakeholders, including victims, offenders, family members, and community members. This inclusive approach fosters a sense of community ownership over the justice process and creates an environment of support and healing. Let's discuss a few key characteristics of restorative justice. First, its restorative nature means that it seeks to repair harm. This is in stark contrast to punitive justice systems that aim to punish. Secondly, the process encourages dialogue and mutual understanding between victims and offenders, encouraging empathy and remorse. Thirdly, it aims to empower victims, giving them a voice in the justice process, offering opportunities to address their feelings and needs after being harmed. One often overlooked benefit of restorative justice programs is their potential to reduce recidivism rates. Research indicates that offenders who participate in restorative justice dialogue processes are less likely to reoffend. A study conducted in New Zealand demonstrated that participants in restorative justice initiatives were 50% less likely to commit a further offense in the 2 years following their engagement compared to those in the traditional justice system. This statistic illustrates a powerful argument for the efficacy of these programs. Let us consider several real-world examples to illustrate these points further. In Canada, the Aboriginal Justice Strategy implements restorative practices to address crime in Indigenous communities. These approaches emphasize repairing relationships rather than focusing solely on punitive measures. They engage offenders in community service and dialogue with victims. The results have shown a significant decrease in reoffending rates among participants, compared to those who underwent traditional sentencing. Another example can be drawn from the United States, where restorative justice practices have been implemented in schools to address behavioral issues. Through restorative circles, educators facilitate discussions among students who have caused harm and those affected. This method not only resolves conflicts, but also educates students on the consequences of their actions and fosters social skills that may prevent future incidents. Moreover, countries like Sweden and Australia have also integrated restorative justice into their justice system. In Sweden, restorative practices are included within juvenile justice systems to encourage rehabilitation instead of imprisonment. Reports indicate that these programs lead to higher satisfaction rates among victims and lower rates of recidivism, hence affirming the effectiveness of alternative sentencing. In terms of structure, restorative justice programs are often tailored to suit the needs of specific communities, taking into account cultural, social, and individual factors that impact the justice experience. For example, In certain jurisdictions, there are now specialized courts that incorporate restorative practices, allowing offenders to participate in these programs as an alternative to regular trial proceedings. However, some challenges do persist. Critics argue that restorative justice may not be suitable for all crimes, particularly violent offenses. The concern here is that victims may not feel safe engaging directly with their offenders. Therefore, careful considerations are needed when determining eligibility for restorative programs. In conclusion, restorative justice programs embody a transformative approach to criminal justice by focusing on healing rather than punishment. They empower victims, engage offenders in understanding their actions, and foster community support. Statistical evidence has shown that they can lead to reduced recidivism rates compared to traditional punitive measures. As we further our understanding of justice systems, it is essential that we consider incorporating restorative practices into mainstream justice, ensuring a balanced approach that values all parties involved. Thank you for your attention.
You have now completed the practice test. When you are ready for a full exam experience, visit us at Spinta.org. There you will find complete mock tests for all 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Our platform provides instant AI feedback for your speaking and writing tasks, along with an accurate prediction of your band score. Take control of your preparation at Spinta.org.